Hello everybody, welcome to Ageless Rock. This is a channel where megalithic fans get to put on megalithic lens and see things from a different perspective. In this video, you are going to venture inside the fourth enclosure and see what is actually inside this mysterious temple where no one can boldly and confidently say this is a Buddhist temple. Within this double-moated fourth enclosure, there are several more water tanks not mentioned because they are not popular and not impressive. Let's start with the first water tank. It is 180 meters long and 120 meters wide. Pretty impressive for a size you can fit 2 soccer fields. I don't think digging a water tank the size of 2 soccer fields was a small project. You can also see another water tank measuring 170 meters long by 70 meters wide. This one is very interesting because it has a structure in the middle. I'm very sure it is a temple. That means it has the concept of West Baray, East Baray and Jayatataka Baray. Not bad for a size that can fit 2 Boeing 777s side by side. There is another water tank that measures approximately 90 meters long by 40 meters wide. A tiny dot inside Preah temple of Kampong Svay, but bear in mind it is big enough to fit a Boeing 777. Water tank number 4 on my list is a bit circular looking. I can be wrong on this one, but I think it was once a pool that is too small to fit a Boeing 777. But it is nevertheless an interesting note that this area of 75 meters by 65 meters was once a pool. Water tank number 5 on my list is rather big. At 260 meters long and 180 meters wide, a rough idea of how big is this water tank is to imagine having 2 supercarriers side by side. A small looking project is actually not that small if you are at the ground level. The little dot on Google Earth is the water tank number 6 on my list. I'm not sure how to measure this, but a simple square of 65 meters by 65 meters will get your Boeing 777 parked comfortably on the inside. There are about 12 water tanks you can find here, but they are small and not interesting as tourist attractions. But the largest water tank within this double-moated fourth enclosure is Beng Kroam, which I mentioned in my previous video. These 7 water tanks have nothing to do with agriculture or swimming pools for the king. They are as mysterious today as they were when they were first discovered by the locals. Let's move on to another temple between 3rd and 4th enclosure. It is called Cham Temple. It is also known as Prasat O Chao Til Thom. It is interesting to note that this uninteresting temple sits on a straight line with the main temple and Preah Tikol temple in the Mebon of the Baray. It is said to be a Buddhist temple that comes with a moat, but I cannot say for sure. I can see them from Google Earth or Google Street View. This temple needs a little excavation and restoration to make it attractive to tourists. I wish it is excavated well enough to show clearly the laterite wall and 2 gopuras on east and west side of the temple. There is a library structure that is so badly in ruin that it is possible it was never completed in the first place. The central shrine is quite empty enough to wonder why archaeologists call this a Buddhist temple. It is believed to have housed a Buddha statue, but it is believed it was stolen. This entire monument is notably unique for having no carving or relief. Both the shrine and library are strangely made of stones without carvings at all. This unique architecture is definitely able to make these 3 stones more stable, but they are not significantly more stable because this trilithon is surrounded by polygonal stones. However, to make these edges fit perfectly requires machine cut precision. It is disproportionately difficult to do for an insignificant benefit of stability. Just for the sake of experiment to those who do not see the level of work to do, try and use an ancient bronze chisel equivalent and chisel 3 mahogany trees from the jungle to get 3 mahogany logs. Then chisel 3 logs into polygonal shape just like this trilithon. It has to be machine cut precision with no gap. Once you complete level 1, proceed to level 2, which is sandstone. A little further to the west of third enclosure lies a temple in complete ruin. It is called Auche Til Tok Temple. There isn't any reason for you to be here unless you are a megalithic fan roaming around trying to find interesting objects. There is very little or next to nothing to boast about this site, but if you are a megalithic fan, finding a broken piece can be exciting even if you don't know what it is. So if you do find one during your vacation, don't forget to start a channel and post your findings so that everyone can see. Over to the south, approximately 425 meters away, there is another temple called Chao Til South Temple. There are many small structures we loosely call temples within this fourth enclosure. This laterite temple is facing east. It has an entrance made of sandstone. There is also a false door that makes no sense, just like those megalithic sites in Peru and other parts of the world. Let's check out the third enclosure. It is a wall of laterite stones that comes with a moat on the outside. The width of the moat is approximately 70 meters wide based on satellite view from Google Maps. But this is different from online sources that says the moat is 45 meters wide. Maybe that is at the narrower section. You can check this out on your own from Google Earth as well. With a rough estimate from Google Earth, I can see the outer perimeter of the moat is approximately 1,200 meters by 850 meters, while the inside perimeter is 1,110 meters by 740 meters. You can see from Google Maps it is not a small project. So, the outer layer is about 1.02 million square meters, and the inner layer is about 821,400 square meters. Based on this rough estimate, I can say the area for the moat is 198,600 square meters. Pretty impressive ancient achievement for people with holes for digging. Preah Kampong Svay is easily a temple taking up 21.2 square kilometers of land area. To clear the land itself is a mega project. To maintain the area is something I doubt ancient Cambodians were interested in approximately 1,000 years ago. Just for the sake of comparison, in these proportionate satellite photos of two temples, you can see the third enclosure of Preah Kampong Svay looks slightly smaller than Angkor Wat, but is actually about half the size. The moat area of third enclosure is approximately 19% of the land area. It is very small compared to Angkor Wat, which is 58% water surface. Angkor Wat has more water surface than land surface. I am starting to think that the intelligent design for certain function depends on water surface and land surface. Well, that's all for now. Hope you enjoy watching this short presentation on Preah Temple of Kampong Svay, focusing on water tanks and other temples. Have a wonderful day and see you next time. This is Berniong signing out. Lehang.